Hello, Peter here, your Pinoy accountant. So in today's video, mag-POV tayo or point of view sa pag-bookkeeping ng isang Lazada affiliate. Actually, if other affiliates, applicable din ito. Same lang yung mga transactions and yung journal entries. Same lang din, mapa-TikTok man kayo, Shopee, or iba pang other affiliates. But yung example natin for today is Lazada affiliate. So first is ito, i-generate nyo to sa inyong seller's dashboard. You can generate itong payment advice. So once na nakapag-accumulate na kayo ng enough na commission, Lazada will process your commission. And ito, makaka-generate kayo nito tinatawag na payment advice. So once you have the payment advice, you can see it here kung magkano yung inyong commission. Your commission is, ito yung gross ninyo actually, if kita ninyo. This is the gross amount, the 2,717.03. So, ito yung revenue ninyo. And may withholding tax siya na 10%. So, that is the 271.70. So, that will be your creditable withholding tax. So, yung net na matatanggap ninyo in cash is itong 2,445.33. So, once you receive itong payment advice, ayan, yun yung gagawin nyo. So, next is, mag-issue na kayo, of course, ng invoice. Because kung walang invoice, hindi ipaprocess ni Lazada yung inyong commission. So, ito, may sample tayo dito na invoice. So, may na din si Lazada niya kung paano ba kayo mag-fill out ng kanilang invoice. Ito yung name nila, Lazada eServices Philippines, Inc. So, same lang yung business style na ilalagay. And of course, yung TIN number nila, ayan, 008-220-457. And yan, 500000. And yung business address nila, nandyan. So, yung important lang dito is itong date. Kita nyo, this is January 15. So, dapat daw, same yung date dito sa date ng kanilang payment advice. So, ito is January 15, 2015. So, yung ating date ng ating invoice is the same. January 15, ayan, January 15, 2025. Ano ba? So, ito yung date na ating payment advice is January 15, 2025. So, yung pag-fill out niyan is the same lang din. Commission, yung description niya, you could put it here, commission revenue or commission income or commission payout. So, yung amount niya, that is the gross, 2,717.03. Kita nyo dito. That is, nakalagay dyan. That is the gross amount, 2,717.03. Ayan, so same, 2,717.03. So, yung details niyan, that is your total sales. The 2,717.03. And discounts, walang discounts yan. Usually, wala naman discounts yan. Walang senior, yan, PWD, walang ganyan. So, dito na tayo sa withholding tax na 271.70. Kita nyo? So, ito yung figure dito is makita nyo dito sa inyong payment advice. This figure, the 271.70. So, ayan, withholding, same. So, the total amount due is 2,445.33. So, ito yung invoice niyo. And of course, you need to sign your invoice. So, match yan, yung payment advice. Again, yung net na matatanggap ninyo, 2,445.33. So, same yan dito sa inyong invoice, 2,445.33. Ayan. So, once nakapag-invoice na kayo, saan nyo ba ito i-record itong invoice? Diba? So, tanong is, diba, may mga books tayo. Cash disbursements journal, may cash receipts journal, yan. General journal. So, saan nyo ba i-record? Dito ba? Dito ba? O dito ba? Ayan. So, ano yung sagot ninyo? So, the correct answer is dito sa general journal. Bakit? Dahil ito ay non-cash transaction pa dahil hindi nyo pa natatanggap yung cash because receivable pa ito. Hindi nyo pa natatanggap yung cash. So, receivable siya. So, pag non-cash transaction, i-record natin siya sa general journal. So, tanong is, pwede bang sa cash receipts? If wala kayong other books, pwede naman sa cash receipts if wala kayong general journal. So, either way, both are journals naman or book of original entries. So, yung purpose nila, actually the same lang, but itong cash receipts journal is specialized book. Yan. So, supposed to be cash receipts lang yan. So, lahat ng mga cash inflows from your business, yung sales niyo, loan proceeds, yan, mga additional capital, lahat ng cash inflow dito sa cash receipts journal. But yung case ngayon, actually, kino-combine na nga ng yung mga books. May tinatawag tayo na combined books na, cash receipts and cash disbursements, di ba? So, pwede na din yan, i-combine yung general journal. That is, if wala kayo if wala kayong general journal. But for me, mas convenient kasi if gamitin natin yung cash receipts. So, let's record na dito sa general journal dahil ito ay isang non-cash transaction. So, paano ba yung heading? Yan, i-open natin yung yan. So, may hinanda na ako dito ng mga heading. Kita ba? Ayan. So, yung heading natin is the date. So, the date of the transaction of your invoice. Then, the account title and the description. So, yung account title, if hindi kayo familiar, may video tayo about chart of accounts. Yung chart of accounts, doon naka-indicate yung mga account titles na gagamitin nyo. Yung sa assets ninyo, liabilities, and owner's equity. So, nandun yung mga cash, receivables, sales, mga revenue, mga expenses na accounts. So, doon yung makikita yon. So, ito, next natin na column is itong PR. So, PR is just, this is the posting reference. So, hindi pa natin ito gagamitin. For now, if na pinost na natin siya sa general ledger, that's the time na i-indicate natin dito yung account code, no account title, di ba? So, next is the debit and the credit. So, again, this is a journal entry. So, yung mga account titles natin is either i-debit natin or i-credit. So, may mga normal balances yung mga account natin like yung cash. Yung normal balance niya is debit. So, if you would increase yung cash, i-debit nyo siya. And if you would decrease yung inyong cash, i-credit niyo. But that would be on our separate video na lang. If you would want a bookkeeping course, ayan, basic bookkeeping and accounting, comment kayo doon sa ating description so that gagawa natin. So, ito na yung ating e-entry is itong sales invoice. So, start na tayo. Example, this is a sales invoice 001. So, ano ba ilalagay natin dito sa date? Of course, this is for 2025. So, lagay na lang natin dito sa... Kita ba? Ayan. Lagay natin sa gilid. Yan, 2025. January 2025. So, dito, yung next natin na column, you can put it here. Ano yung specific date sa January? This is for... Kita ba? Yeah, January 15. So, lagay natin dito, January 2025, 15. Ayan. And the account title, ano ba yung account title na gamitin natin? Since this is receivable pa, hindi nyo pa natatanggap, so, i-debit natin is the accounts receivable. So, debit nyo yung account na accounts receivable. Ayan. For the amount of, ano yung matatanggap nyo? So, ito yung net na yung matatanggap nyo is the 2,445.33. So, lagay natin dito. 2,445. Ayan. So, yung last na column dyan, that is for the decimal. So, lagay nyo dito yung 33. So, debit, accounts receivable. So, double entry tayo. So, pag may dinebit kayo na account, may i-credit din kayo na account. So, dapat total lang yung debit and the credit. So, yung credit natin, since this is your commission revenue, I mean, kailangan pa natin i-debit pala, may i-debit pa tayo, is the withholding tax. Ito. So, yung arrangement ng inyong pag-entry dito is debit, all debit accounts muna, and then the credit. So, debit tayo ng creditable withholding tax. Ayan. So again, asset to ninyo ang withholding tax, the 2307. So bibigyan dapat kayo ni Lazada ng 2307 so that makiklaim to ninyo as tax credit or ima-minus sa inyo if ever may mga tax due kayo. So yung amount niya is ito, 271.70. Lagay natin dito. 271.70. Ayan. So magka-credit na tayo. So yung credit natin is commission revenue. Ayan. So, i-indent lang ninyo. Kailangan nyo i-indent. Ayan. Commission revenue. Yung amount niya is yung gross. Yung gross amount is the 2,717.03. Ayan. So, pag i-add niyo yan, yung dalawang debit, itong 2,445.33, 271.70, i-add din nyo yan, that will give us yung total na 2,717.03. So, equal dapat yan. So, next natin na line item is, hindi pa tayo tapos. So, yung last dito is the description. I-describe nyo kung ano yung transaction na ni-record ninyo. So, sa paggawa niyan, kailangan naka-italicize. Yun. Dapat yung balok, ano tawag dyan, nakahiga yung inyong pag-handwriting. Yan. So, inline lang yan dapat dito sa inyong credit. So, lagay natin dito, to record. Hindi pa mabasa yung ating sulat kamay. To record commission from Lazada affiliate. So, pwede nyo ilagay yung sales invoice number na 001. Ayan. So, ayan. So, tapos na tayo sa ating first entry ng ating yung natanggap natin na payment advice, yung in-issue natin na sales invoice, i-record natin sa general journal. So, next natin is, ano yung next step pagkatapos yung matanggap ang inyong itong payment advice, nakapag-issue na kayo ng sales invoice, and na-record na ninyo. Yung next niyan is magpapadala ng, after a few days, magpapadala si Lazada ng, ano naman, ng notice. Actually, yung bank nila yung magpapadala ng notification na, ito din, payment advice na na-process na nila yung ang inyong, ibig sabihin, mapupunta na sa inyong account or sa bank account ninyo, ano ba yung inassign ninyo dun sa inyong Lazada. It could be yung wallet ninyo or nag-assign kayo ng bank. So, nakalagay dito, please be advised the following payment will be made to you on behalf of Lazada. Ayan. So, nakalagay dito yung mga transaction reference, magkano yung amount, and of course, yung details kung saan bank nila i-remit or i-transfer yung amount na ito. So, ipansin niyo the amount is, ito na yung net, the 2,445.33. So, yung processing date niya is usually, same date lang din ito matatanggap sa inyong bank, itong amount na ito, January 30, 2025. So, i-check ninyo yung inyong bank account. So, once natanggap na ninyo ang inyong na successfully na-transfer na yung itong amount, is mag-e-entry ulit tayo. So, this time, cash receipts na because natanggap na ninyo ang money from Lazada, di ba? So, ano na yung books na gagamitin natin? Ayan. So, ano ba? So, of course, ayan, dito na tayo sa cash receipts journal because natanggap na natin ang cash. So, lahat ng cash transactions dito sa cash receipts journal. So, ayan, i-record na natin yung natanggap natin. So, yung ginagamit natin is, this is the 12 columns. So, I suggest 10 columns pataas yung gamitin nyo for the cash receipts and the cash disbursement. So, ayan. So, 12 columns ito. So, mabilang niyo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, madami din nagtatanong is, paano ba yung ibang columns? Pwede bang blank? Of course, you can reserve that. Yung nakaganda if madaming columns yung bibilhin ninyo is may reserve kayo ng mga columns na in case na may mga future transactions kayo na wala pang account. Ayan. So, dito nyo ilalagay sa mga blank na columns. So, ito, yung heading niya is, ito, the date of kailan nyo natanggap yung cash receipts, the invoice number or the reference. So, this time, yung reference natin is yung from Citibank na payment advice. And then, yung customer, you can put it there, yung Lazada. Description is, ano ba yung transaction all about? And then, itong mga columns na ito, these are all account titles. So, nakalagay dyan yung normally. So, transaction to, it's either i-debit nyo or i-credit yung mga accounts. But, usually, yung nilalagay dito is yung normal balance. So, kagaya nito, yung cash, normal balance niya is debit. So, pag in-increase nyo yung cash, i-debit ninyo. But if i-credit ninyo, i-decrease nyo yung cash. So, usually, yung cash na credit is makikita ninyo yon sa inyong cash disbursement. So ito, debit, ito yung mga account related doon sa ating transaction. Pwede kayo mag-debit ng accounts receivable. Yan, debit nyo yung creditable withholding tax. Tapos debit kayo if may mga platform fees. Then, the credit naman, usually ito yung mga credit natin na accounts. Commission revenue and credit yung accounts receivable. So, nilagay ko lang din dito in case na, yun nga, wala kayong general journal, cash receipts na yung nasa inyo. So, pwede nyong i-record din dito. So, same yung entry, yung kanina. Ito. So, mag-sample na lang tayo. Example, wala kayong general journal, cash receipts lang. So, dito nyo na lang ilagay din. So, yung entry ninyo yan, dito nyo ilalagay yung sales nyo. So, the date is January 2025. And yung date is January 15. So, invoice number or reference natin is the sales SI. Ito, sales invoice number 001. So, yan yung ilalagay nyo dyan. Sales invoice or shortcut na lang ninyo, number 001. So, yung customer ninyo, ayan, yung customer ninyo is the Lazada. So, lagay nyo dyan, Lazada. And brief description lang, you can just put it there, commission revenue or commission nyo, commission payout. Ayan. So, same lang din, if yung, ano yung entry nyo kanina sa, dito sa general journal, actually same lang talaga dito, but yung difference lang is, naka-per column na yung account titles dito sa inyong cash receipt. So, mas easier. So, if pansinin nyo, ayan, for example, nag-debit tayo ng accounts receivable. So, kita nyo dito sa column 2, accounts receivable, i-debit ninyo for the same amount, 2,445. Yan, 445.33. So, nag-debit din tayo nitong creditable withholding tax. Ayan, 271.70. So, mali pa tayo. So, if nagkamali kayo, you can just crash it and then you can countersign. So, dito yung 271.70. And then, nag-credit tayo ng commission revenue. So, yung commission revenue natin is credit dito. Ayan. Credit for the amount of 2,717.03. Ayan. So, successfully, naka-record na kayo nung first natin na transaction, yung inyong invoice, yung accounts receivable, and then yung commission revenue, na-record na din ninyo. Ayan. So, yung gagawin natin is, yung next natin na transaction is yung pagpasok ng cash. Ayan. So, January 30 yun. So, ito. This is the one. So, from Citibank, January 30. So, ilalagay nyo dito. So, dito ilalagay nyo is January 30. So, ano yung reference? So, you can check yung email again. So, ito yung reference niyo, transaction reference number 8888. So, yan yung ilalagay nyo dito. Transaction reference 8888. So, yung next natin is the description of this transaction. So, yung customer natin is pwede nyo ilagay si Lazada. And then, Citibank, commission remittance. Ayan. So, yung entry natin yan is yung cash. So, yung natanggap natin is 2,445.33. Ilalagay natin dito. 2,445.33. So, yung i-credit naman natin, again, so naglagay din tayo dito ng credit accounts receivable. So, natanggap natin kasi yung receivable. So, to decrease yung receivable, kailangan natin siyang i-credit. So, dito, gumawa tayo ng column dito na credit accounts receivable. So, for the same amount, 2,445.33. So, ayan. So, successfully, na-record na natin yung ating transaction from Lazada affiliate. Diba? So, from here, payment advice, and then nag-invoice tayo, and then of course yung remittance, ayan, na-record din natin. So, gamit yung cash receipts pag mga cash inflows. So, if ever naman wala kayong cash receipts, yung iba kasi general journal lang din. So, actually same lang din. So, yung account titles na gamitin natin is same lang din na yung ginawa natin sa cash receipts journal. So, if general journal yung gamit ninyo, ayan, so general journal. So, mas difficult actually yung general journal. Kasi kayo mismo yung magmamano-mano ng input ng mga entry. So, next tayo is yung date, January 30. So, ano yung i-debit natin? So, this time yung dinebit natin is the accounts receivable. I mean, cash. Ayan. So, natanggap tayo ng cash, nakatanggap tayo ng cash, yung 2,445.33. And then, nabawasan naman yung accounts receivable. So, i-credit ninyo yung accounts receivable. Ayan. So, ang credit is the same. Ayan. 2,445.33. So, last is yung description niya ng transaction ninyo. Ayan. To record receipt of Lazada remittance. Sabihin nyo pwede nyo ilagay payout commission. Yan. So, pwede nyo ilagay per yung Citibank na reference 8888. Ayan. So, again, yan. So, na-complete na natin successfully. Na-record nyo na yung inyong commission using the cash receipts journal or the general journal. So, yan yung ating POV for today. My name again is Peter, your Pinoy accountant. So, if may mga tanong kayo and mga clarifications, yan. So, comment lang kayo down below. And of course, huwag nyo kalimutan mag-subscribe sa ating YouTube channel and like and comment and share. Share nyo yung video natin, especially dun sa mga friends or kakilala ninyo who are medyo nag-struggle sa pag-bookkeeping ng kanilang mga business. So again, thank you for watching and I'll see you again next time.